What is up, YouTube? It's Taylor, and today I am sharing with you 7 millionaire habits that have changed my life. And I'm not a millionaire yet, but I am using these habits every single day to get me to where I want to get to. With that, habit number 1 is that millionaires understand and focus on mindset. And the more that I learn and the more that I know, the more I realize that it's all about the way your brain works, all about your mindset, how you process emotion, how you feel, how you think. And we all know that the mind is super powerful, obviously. But what is really cool about the mind is that it just dictates everything, right? It dictates your outcome. It dictates your ability to process and understand things. And also it has the ability to control your day, of course. So millionaires understand this and they use it to their advantage. Habit number 2 is that millionaires take 30 minutes a day to read and learn more information. And not just information like scrolling through your phone or reading something about gossip or, whatever it might be. They're reading and investing in themselves in learning about different industries and learning about different perspectives. So, learning about a lot of different things helps you become a more well-rounded person in general, which helps you to become more well-rounded as a wealthy person, as a millionaire. So the way that I like to think about it is that by doing so, you will have a better chance and a better way of creating connections and communicating with people. What a cool way to be able to start out a conversation to, somebody with a very, very interesting subject or, something to kind of pique their attention and make them think a little bit. That is one of the cool things that I love, is that I consistently read and wanted to continually keep sharpening my saw. Habit number 3, is also 30 minutes, but it is for working out instead of reading. So 30 minutes a day of working out. And we all know that the mind-body connection is so strong. And we all know that exercise actually gives you more energy. And when you have your exercise and your nutrition dialed in, you really become a superhuman weapon when it comes to all of the other areas within your life. That would be habit number 3. Habit number 4 is that wealthy people understand that they need to buy and invest in assets. So rather than investing in liabilities that cost you money every month, they understand that assets are actually generating money and wealth to put back into their pockets. And I think the famous saying is that wealthy people have 7 sources of income. And, I would just say, why stop at 7, right? Once you got one down and you're working on it, and you're building it very well, continually add. So in a previous video, I talked about how we bought our first rental property. That was our first brick that we're laying in our empire, and very, very excited to share that journey with you guys, obviously, as well. So one of the things that I also like to think about when it comes to buying these assets is I love to learn. So I guess actually my question is, if anybody is into crypto, please comment and share with me your journey, because I am actually very fascinated and also terrified, right? Just like the rest of the world. So if you want to comment and share with me your experience, and I'd love to kind of go back and forth on your thoughts about that. So again, investing in assets, something that's cash flowing, something that's paying dividends, something that is growing for you long term. All right, habit number 5 is delegate and plan. Wealthy people are very great at delegating and planning out every aspect of their life. And what I mean by planning is not only for conversations, but for negotiations, business deals, their dreams. Every single piece of that pie, every single piece of that plan has already been drawn out and thought about and strategized about in every single possible outcome. So think about this for a minute of a negotiation situation. If you're in with a millionaire and you are the millionaire, you have already thought about all of the responses, all of the thoughts that all the other people that have, a place in that room. You now have the upper hand if you have already thought about all of the things that everybody could have said or would say. And so I think that it's really important as becoming wealthy and becoming a millionaire is that, I'm not leaving anything on the table. And I think that goes into the ability to strategize and plan every piece and every detail that you possibly can. What I also love about that is that it directly ties in so well with manifesting. And when you think about what the manifestation process is, without getting too deep into it, you're thinking about every detail of your dream, of your desire, of everything that you want. And to me, that's the same. It's not weird, it's not a coincidence, but I have to stop and think about that and kind of laugh because there are no coincidences. So that would be the fifth one would be the delegate and plan. And to back up a little bit for the delegation is knowing what other people are great at and giving them the ability to really run with it and to make it their own. So that would be another trait, another habit that millionaires have, is that they know that they need to spend their time on things that are, making them more money, basically. Okay, that actually leads perfectly into the next step here is habit number 6 is wealthy people and millionaires focus on not only a goal, right, like a number, but they're also focused on bringing value and results. They're focused on bringing results. And when you can really make that mindset shift, okay, habit number 1, mindset shift, you can actually start to really realize why there is so much opportunity out there. You start to see that if you're able to solve a problem and to bring value into a situation, whether it's, creating an invention, something really cool that will revolutionize something, or simply making a tweak to a process that already exists. It's absolutely phenomenal how many pieces of the puzzle it exists basically to be revolutionized. And I think that also ties into, the ability to plan, which was the habit step number 5, is that you are able to see and realize where there are problems, where they exist, and where you can start to solve them, where you can start to bring value. And I think that that's something that I'm working on as well on a daily basis, of making that shift in my brain to remember and realize that that's really what we're after, is that specific result. Not necessarily a number, not necessarily a percentage, but an actual result of getting more clients, selling more things, helping more people, whatever it would be. Habit number 7, of course, is my favorite because I had to save the best for last. And habit number 7 is grit. I know some of you have heard of Angela Duckworth and her incredible TED Talk and book regarding everything that I'm going to talk about with grit. But to sum it up in a quick little nutshell for those of you who haven't read or heard about this, is basically grit is something that only the very successful have. And Angela Duckworth, again, during her research, has found that that's the only common denominator of anybody who's successful. Literally nothing else mattered other than grit, which is the ability to never, ever give up. And I think about this because it affects me every day. I am a very hard worker and try not to toot my own horn, but toot toot, I just don't give up. And I've had people call me annoying before. I've had business owners that, that said, Taylor, wow, you're really annoying. And my follow-up to that is, no, I am professionally persistent. And I think that, again, is another mindset shift that happened. And I want people to know that no matter what's going to happen, I will never give up on not only pursuing them as a client, but also never giving up on helping them if something happens, right? Of just being of service to them, regardless of what happens. So that is really, really important to me because I think that no matter what happens, I know I will always be successful. And I think that's something that you should really think about as well for yourself is, if plan A doesn't work, you have got plan B and then all the way through the end of the alphabet. There's literally an infinite number of ways that it can happen and an infinite number of ways that you can figure something out. So that is my last habit, is grit and the power of yourself and the power of persistence. So I really appreciate you being on and sticking around to the end of the video. I say it every video because it's actually very true, is that I appreciate you and I appreciate the likes, the comments, and the subscribes. And it really makes this fun for me as well to be able to continually, interact with you guys and share with you my thoughts and my journey. So until next time, we'll see you soon.